Shalom, my friends. This is Max Joseph, and I'm here because I just saw Waves. Waves is directed by Trey Shults and stars Kelvin Harrison Jr., Taylor Russell, Lucas Hedges, Sterling K. Brown, and Renée Elise Goldsberry. And the story goes like this. It's an epic journey of a suburban African-American family led by a well-intentioned but domineering father as they navigate love, forgiveness, and coming together in the aftermath of loss. My friends, one of my biggest takeaways from this film was about toxic masculinity. In some households, men are taught it's not okay to show emotion. The only emotion you should show is anger. You should be the breadwinner. You have to be good at sports. You have to be the alpha male. And if you show any signs of emotion or interest in things that aren't considered manly, it's weakness. And one could argue that the result of this is what happens in this film. So, my hope for anyone who watched Waves is that if you are a parent and your child is showing signs of weakness like crying, if they're interested in singing, dancing, maybe that's okay. It's the same if your child is a female and she loves playing rugby. I hope that as a parent, you attend every game. If your child is gay, straight, bi, trans, male, female, non-binary, black, white, purple, green, who cares? Maybe what they're interested in and feeling is actually good for them and they need to be supported. And if you are a child who is scared that you have to please your parents and then just keep the pain within yourself and bottle it up, maybe you don't have to. Maybe it's okay to feel and to be interested in things that aren't masculine or feminine. If you're the starting quarterback for your school's football team, but you secretly want to audition for the upcoming production of Mamma Mia, you go for it. If you were supposed to be the lead in Mamma Mia, but your heart is set on creating a women's rugby team for your school, you go for it. None of this is a sign of weakness or being weird. It's a sign of being a human being. So, all of that being said, here are my bullet points for Waves. Bullet point number 1. I have only 3 words to tell you, and they are Kelvin Harrison Jr. My friends, this dude has officially given 2 of the most beautiful performances of the year. Earlier, he was a breakout star in Loose, which also happened to be starring Octavia Spencer. And now this. He is such an honest performer. Everything he does is so truthful and guttural. There were a few moments in the theater where I actually had to take a breath and sit back a little bit because he made me feel as though I was in the scene with him. Bullet point number 2. What a supporting cast. First, you have Sterling K. Brown, who can literally blink and I will have a full-on meltdown. You have a stunning and heartbreaking performance from Tony winner Renée Elise Goldsberry. You have A24 favorite Lucas Hedges, who can have me laughing hysterically in one moment and then at the next gasping for air. And then last but not least, Taylor Russell. Holy her performance was unreal. And at the age of 25, she somehow has managed to already figure out how to master that less is more and that the power of silence trumps everything. All of her beats were deserved, and lines were beautiful and natural, stunning. Earlier this year, she starred in Escape Room, and although it wasn't my favorite, I walked out of it saying, she was amazing, and I can't wait to see what she does next. Look at her now. Bullet point number 3. Between Krisha and It Comes at Night and now Waves, Trey Shults has officially earned the status of master for me. The movie never felt like a movie to me. It felt like I was in the situations with these characters. I talked about it with Kelvin Harrison Jr. Not only did he direct the out of this, but what a script he wrote. The text flows gorgeously. It feels natural and is heartbreaking. And I can't wait to see what's next for him, and I hope this award season he gets some love. Bullet point number 4. 2019 is the year of beautiful cinematography. Drew Daniels' eye and work behind the camera is stunning. and is deserving of awards recognition. And to be as vague as possible, he had this theme that is repeated throughout the film, specifically at the beginning and the end. And in the way that it's shot, every time it happened, I knew that there was going to be something big happening, and it just added to the tension of the story. And he's already worked with Shults on his previous film, so it's no wonder that they already have this perfected. Bullet point number 5. I think my only complaint about this film was that halfway through there was this big switch. And I think at some points I felt myself fighting the urge to check what time it was. So with that, just a few pacing issues, and I think transitions, I guess is the best word, that could have been just like shortened and tightened up a bit, but none of these things were able to take away how masterful and beautiful and awesome and heartbreaking and so many other adjectives this film was. I'm giving Waves 4.5 stars. And I hope that the Academy really takes notice of this film, because it is spectacular. And it adds to the statement that 2019 is the best year of cinema in the last 2 decades. My friends, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, as well as follow me on Twitter and Instagram at mjoseph492. And if you really love me, please consider being a patron on Patreon, where you can get patron-only content, guest interviews, giveaways, and lots more. You can even give me a film to review or a song to cover, and that video will be dedicated to you. Shalom, my friends.